Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how you could use your Pentax Q camera to shoot with D-mount lenses, and we'll stay within that context throughout the whole video. Now, I've chosen this specific lens because this lens and its contemporaries of similar focal lengths and type will give you mechanical vignetting, as you can see. Can you see the dark corners? Now, this is normal because the sensor of the Pentax Q is much bigger compared to standard 8mm film. Okay, so the Pentax Q's sensor is about this. We'll show you. We'll cover this much, but 8mm film only actually covers around this bit. Okay. Now most lenses won't do that, but the wider lenses will, and this is the reason why we should crop the photos after taking them. So what's good about the Pentax Q is that, unlike the Nikon 1, it will give you auto exposure, and you could also get focus magnification, which is very handy. And it also has in-body shake reduction, which we're not going to be using too much. Let's go to the options. So the relevant ones are metering. So when you're shooting with manual lenses, you're stuck with spot or center weighted. I use center weighted, and I usually turn the shake reduction off, and this is very important because take a look at this. Without shake reduction, this is what you'll get. As you can see, the mechanical vignetting is fixed towards the corners. Now, once you've turned the shake reduction on, you'll see that the projected circle is actually moving as well too. Now, this is not really advantageous because see, can you see it? It's ever so subtle, but you can see it here. It's not advantageous because the usable portion of the image is actually shifting, offsetting in the X and Y direction. While it keeps the image stable, it actually makes it much more difficult when you're cropping because you don't know which axis the image was shifted towards to, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem, especially when you're using lenses that don't vignette, and you're going to get uneven image quality towards the left, right, and top and bottom, depending on where the sensor was shifted. So for focus magnification, you just click the OK button while shooting, and then you dial this thing, you turn the dial, you choose whether you want 2 times or 4 times. That's quite handy. Now there's also focus peaking, which I don't really use, but I'll show it anyway. But let's go look for it first. Using the Pentax Q isn't the most intuitive thing you'll ever encounter. It's probably somewhere here. Okay, whatever. Now, let's go back. I usually shoot with aperture value, IV, so I get aperture priority shooting. To focus, since, okay, this lens is a fixed focus lens, which means that you couldn't focus it, but you sort of could by turning the lens in and out of the mount. Okay, can you see the image sharpening? Getting focused or blurring? So that's how it is with this camera. It doesn't have touch screen, which is not the most convenient thing. So let's go to the settings. The more relevant ones are in this and this: manual focus and IE metering. And when you go here, it's all up to you. And the third one, it's all up to you as well, except for this bit, input focal length, where you could input which lens you're using. This is actually quite important, as I was told, because it actually tells the built-in shake reduction algorithm about what focal length your lens is using, so it knows how to shift or whatever. I doubt that, but I don't know. Movies, I don't really do that. Slideshow. So LCD display settings. You want the brightness level to be quite high, actually. This helps when you're shooting in really bright days. It helps counter the flare or the reflections. And that's it. One very convenient feature of the Pentax Q is that it has dust removal. It does it really quick too. So let's go to this part. So I'm not sure about this and this. because I'm not really sure if this works with using manual lenses. Basically, you don't you want to link your exposure to where you're focused so that you could focus and recompose. AF light assist, I turn it off usually. Oops. Because I don't want the light to be turning on. So, pardon me. Let's go back to the menu. Let's change this to spot. Okay, it really does nothing since we're using manual focus lenses. So one thing that you have to be aware of is when you turn this thing off and turn this thing on again, every time you want to use the camera, it takes like a second to wake up, and it will always give you this menu. So you don't have to dig through the menu all the time. And one more thing, there are some lenses that is a little bit more difficult to adjust the focus, and the only way to do it safely is by adding shims. So I made a shim out of a piece of styrene, and I have other methods too, which I will show you in the website. And let's open this thing just to show you how tiny the sensor is. See? Another word about adjusting focus is that cheap Chinese lens adapters, they all come in different thicknesses, but most of them do focus past infinity. That's why you add shims or adjust the focus of your lens if your lens will allow you to do that. And you have to calibrate the focus to the adapter you want to use it with. Now, excuse me. Now, since this lens was adjusted to be working fine with this adapter, it won't work with another adapter, even from the same brand sometimes. And that's one of the things that you should be careful about. And that's it. Thank you for watching.